Once upon a time, in a vibrant garden, a young gardener named Jack spent his days caring for the flowers. His favorite was a beautiful rose bush in the center of the garden. Its blossoms were deep red, with petals so soft that they seemed almost unreal. Yet, Jack always hesitated to get too close, for the rose bush was covered in sharp, intimidating thorns. One day, Jack's mentor, an older and wiser gardener named William, noticed him avoiding the rose bush. "Why do you keep your distance from the roses, Jack?" William asked. "They're beautiful, but the thorns." Jack replied, looking uneasily at the spikes. "I don't understand why something so delicate and lovely needs to be surrounded by something so harsh." William smiled and motioned for Jack to follow him. Together, they approached the rose bush. William carefully avoided the thorns and picked one perfect rose, handing it to Jack. "Feel its petals," William said. Jack gently touched the rose, marveling at how soft and smooth the petals felt, and how its fragrance filled the air. "The rose is beautiful, isn't it?" William asked. "But its beauty isn't unguarded. The thorns, though sharp and unpleasant, protect the rose. Without them, animals would devour the blooms, and careless hands would pluck the flowers before they had a chance to fully grow." Jack looked at the thorns thoughtfully. "But why must something so beautiful need to defend itself like this? Why can't it just exist without the thorns?" William knelt down next to the bush and said, "The thorns serve a purpose. They aren't there to harm, but to protect. Just like the rose needs its thorns, we too need boundaries and challenges to protect the things that are important to us. Without them, we would be vulnerable." Jack pondered this, looking at the rose in his hand and the thorns he had once feared. "So, the thorns are there to help the rose, not hurt it. And in life, hardships and boundaries work the same way." William nodded. "Yes. They may seem painful or unnecessary, but they help us grow stronger and guard what's precious within us. The difficulties we face, like the thorns on the rose, are there to protect and shape us." From that day on, Jack no longer hesitated to tend to the roses. He understood that both the beauty and the thorns were essential, and that life's challenges often served a greater purpose. He came to appreciate the wisdom in the rose bush, knowing that true beauty is often best protected by the boundaries and struggles we face. And just like the rose, Jack learned that the trials in life, though painful at times, help us guard what is precious and allow us to grow into our true selves.